Yeah. Hey yo, what up, beautiful Mthatha people? It's your boy Local Connect ZA, and we back again with another special Mthatha Mtshana podcast. Yeah. I told you, we're back with another one. Hey, nayaz game nang. So excited for everything. So this is okay, today I have a special podcast. By the way, it's special for a reason. Uh, it's something close to me. Indlela kwamna indlela engiqale ngayo nje kwa podcast, but it's something endifuna uthetha ne-youth yaseMthatha, ne-youth yase-South Africa, ne-youth yase-Africa, ne-youth globally. I'm talking to the youngins. Bafethu, we gotta wake up. And funeka sivuse nabadala. Abadala abanye sebe woke. Like you're gonna find out namhlanje. Nizova. But yeah, bafethu, we're talking about the digital world namhlanje. We're talking about how you can make le phone yakho le ubukele kuyo namhlanje, le laptop yakho, desktop, whatever you watch, whatever you use ubukela ku-internet, whatever you use for internet, we're talking about that namhlanje. You can use that to make money. You can use that to employ yourself. Kule unemployment ingaka. I'm talking to the youngins. The time for waiting for someone to employ us iphelile ngoku. Yabo? So I'm not saying don't work towards that. I'm talking about the people that the dropouts, the people that are stuck at home with nothing to do. I started a podcast because I was like, hey, what can I do to infiltrate the space, because there's so much to do in Mthatha. But as always, niyayazi ke mna ke asaze ndinixelele uba ngubani umntu. Ndifuna nina nive from him straight uba ungubani. Khotman yam, kuhle mkhulwa wam. Mkhulwa wam, I think mandiqanda isithule esingqonje kancinci. Kumele uba xa ndithetha nomntu omdala noko igama lam ndingulunga Khotman wakwaMadikane. Ndikubhukula mna umkhwanazi umhlophe wosusitha. Abantu basekhaya bangaphi sisi, but mna ndizalelwe apha eMthatha. I have the show called Mthatha Mtshana podcast. I present it as Local Connect ZA, the artist. I'm a rapper. Ndimhle kakhulu ke pha kweza ndawo zebars yabo. But I'm doing the show Mthatha Mtshana podcast.
So you're not going to spit anything, you're just going to tell me that you and then
check you later. Thank you for the breakfast. As I exit the house, I gotta go and get the paper, money, the motivation that I need to lace my J's up, hit the stool, waking up. I say, yeah, man, but easy. But in Dizenga, I do the show Mthatha Mtshana. We go around Mthatha basically. Sithetha naye wonke umntu from all walks of life uba wena, who are you, what are you doing, and namhlanje I have this segment, and thank you for inviting us. Thank you for approaching us on this. But yo, I got this. I gotta show you something here, man. You are in the right direction, Dwana. So I'm like, Khotman, manze ne podcast so that sithi sithetha lento si break it down lento thetha ngayo wonke umuntu abe emamele yabo eyiva. So mkhulwa wam, for everyone ungakwaziyo, the first question of the day, ungubani?
igama langu Siyabulela Ndoda wakwaNtilini, inkaba yami lapha eNgcobo. Ndingumcwane, ndingudumba, ndingunobangula. Onobangula ke ngamaqwathi. Ke amaqwathi wona xa ndiza kulandela kancinci ephuma ngapha emaxesibeni phezulu athi uzadabe ngamaqwathi nje sithi sibe sihleli kulo mhlaba wabaThembu. Wabe amaXesibe athumela umkhosi wawo ngapha or ingxenye yomkhosi izokuncedisa ebathenjini. Lo ngxenye yahamba nenkomo eyayiqwathi kusithiwa inkomo yamayeza. Yes. So wonke lo mntu wayemuve apho ezoncedisa apha baye baphiwe umhlaba apha ngabaThembu uze side sibe sisizwe singamaqwathi apha sizimele asiyo ngxenye ncam yabaThembu kodwa siyaphilisana. Yes, that's who I am. Now I run a company called Valuefirst. The obsession that I've had has been since discovering something called internet opportunity, which was the possibility that without anything else but your thoughts and your willingness to work and just maybe your PC, like you said, and whatever, you can actually create something from anywhere in the world now, as long as you've got some sort of internet connection. Right. So for me, as soon as that clicked, because at the time when that clicked, I think that I was coming from a fashion design background. That's another story for another day. But when that clicked, I actually sold some stuff for my fashion design company, but that's part of what made it click. But okay, if I could sell a dress to someone in Venda who's never seen me, right, and they would buy a dress. This is like back in 2011 or something, right? So yeah, so I'm like, what? So after that, I got obsessed with digital, right? Went back to school, varsity a little bit, got a little bit of a qualification. And then I decided I really want to do this. Yeah, but so, the concept is simple. The concept is simple. If you are young, you are sitting there. If you are young and you're sitting there, and you know how to use Facebook, for example, you have an opportunity that has not been there for any other person in your situation before, right? Because before you could have been the smartest kid in the block. And for you to get an opportunity, you'd have to be in a center that's closer to opportunities. You'd have to be chosen by someone to say, good, we're taking you for this, and then we're going to take you forward. But in today's culture, just by having the skill and having that phone in your hand, you could broadcast to the world overnight, right? And you could become what you want to be overnight. Of course, there are steps that you're supposed to take in order to make sure that you can create your thing like the big guys would have created for you, right? But the upper gain is that all the spoils are for you. You don't have to share with anyone. Do you understand? Out of your own creativity. So it's a scary situation, but I think what you're saying is very much in line with what our company, which is Valuefirst, is about, which is about saying, how do you stop waiting to be chosen? Do you understand? How do you start saying, what matters to me? What matters to me? What could I make a difference in? And lead that change, right? And lead that change. And I believe that the rewards of doing that are just inevitable, right? I just believe that that's what Valuefirst is about. Is about saying, how can I give value first? Because for us, the strategy was the reason why we even called us. We used to be called Advantage SA when we started, right? It was about our web design company and so on. But we became Valuefirst when we understood that this is the secret. This is it. If you are a young person and you are willing to first work on giving value, do you understand? On being able to create value first. Do you understand? Just being able to create value before wanting to be paid so much. Do you understand? So if you can just crack that code to say, Guti, don't expect me to pay you because you came here and sat on my stool for the next 30 days. Do you understand? What is the value that you created when you were here? Do you understand? Does it over compensate for whatever I'm paying you to do it? Do you understand? So if you can take that out of your mind, that is the idea that you should be paid for being there, because that's the thinking of the last generation. That's the thinking of that thinking is gone. Do you understand? Right now, technology is so good that we're able to see who's contributing what and who's not.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure.
Yeah. So ultimately, if what we're saying here is, how do you, as a child that is sitting somewhere, maybe you went to university and now you're locked in a small town somewhere where you feel there is no opportunity. So what do you do there? How do you begin from there? Do you understand? And how do you move yourself out of that situation? And all it takes ultimately is
Smartphone.
well, yes, a smartphone, definitely. But the other thing that we don't talk about, that the other thing that we don't talk about, that I think is just as important, it's about the mindset, right? Like, you wake up everything that's trying to mold you into a super consumer, right? And you can either bend to that, right, and become the best consumer there is in the world, right? Or you can begin to say, hey, how do I how do I how do I learn how to produce? Because the same phone that I've got in my hand, I can either be a consumer through it or a producer through it.
Yes, sir.
Right? So the question that you need to ask yourself is not how much did this phone cost me, but how much is this phone making me?
Yes, sir.
Right? So how much is this phone making me? So that by the time I'm thinking, let me go upgrade, I'm upgrading because I need more features, because I need to make more money with this phone. Then one day I'll be like, I don't need a phone, maybe I need a laptop. I'll make more money with a laptop, whatever. But I'm saying that's just the thinking we need to start working from. Like, how do you start? So all I'm saying, we talk about land back, for example. We want our land back. The land on the internet is there for everybody's taking. Do you understand? Are we gonna wait until it's taken by everybody and then we're gonna want it back?
And then we're gonna start wanting to, start podcasts. And then we're gonna. Now we have podcasts. SABC got 10 podcasts in Mthatha.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna start.
It's the one. Yeah.
Let's.
So I'm saying the land on the internet is for everybody's taking.
Yeah.
You can reach that domain. It's a couple of hundred rands or whatever,
Easy.
and you've got a space. Do you understand? Where you can start to create things that people can see. Do you understand? The same way that you would have had to have a business that is put in the center of town. Now you can put your business in the center of the cloud, and everybody can see it. Right? So ultimately, what is it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you don't have to be an expert. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you had a good pass at standard 10, whatever, maths, whatever, there's like a million kids right now that are failing maths all over South Africa. You understand?
Yeah.
You could start a tutoring thing tomorrow, and you could put it out there, and people could
pass.
Do you understand? So ultimately, what I'm saying is that the internet has created a situation where you can build things out of nothing but your intellect. So these are real intellectual assets.
Yes, sir.
So the only issue is that how many are we building? Because your podcast, that's what it is. So that's that. Yeah.
Cholozi, you feel? Godman, chill bungban. Watch ba. What it's all about. The way. It doesn't have to be a podcast. It doesn't have to be. Yabona nanze enye into le nto uthetha ngayo. I think abantu abanye for everyone abadikwa sisirhowa. Let's talk to them.
Yeah,
But let's talk to them. Uyakhumbula wena khe ndayitsho uba ngafuna simane siswitch code. I'm talking about aba bantu umuntu avuke kuFacebook yabo, like ashoot imini yakhe yonke vlogging. That's a business. Straight up. If you can just package it up kakuhle ithengise ku Nike, ithengise ku so I want us for our bantu who are already doing that, but then ujonge only on Meta. Ba Meta ndibhatala le mali enga. omnye ujonge ku-TikTok uba yo, if I get a million TikTok ndizofumana nje.
Yeah.
Now ndicela what's the next step? Let's say you do this and you get the numbers.
Yeah.
But now you want to legitimize it ke ngoku and present it to the office man upstairs. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Ne? I'd say the first thing that I'd say about this particular person you're speaking about, right, who has gone out there and built a tribe around something, right, without any monetization strategy of any sort that is significant. Ne?
Yes, sir.
So the first thing I'd want to say to this person is that they are one up already, ne? Because the real hurdle that businesses meet is having a product and no customer. So if you've gone and gotten the customer first, right, then now it's time to introduce the product, right? So this is the probably the only downside of doing it like that first, is that maybe your tribe might not be well segmented.
Okay.
Right? There might be a lot of people that don't fit whatever your sales funnel. Okay. Right? So now what this would mean is that one thing for sure, now what you have is a live audience, right, that is willing to hear from you, right? So your job now is to introduce introduce your concept, right, and get what you call hand raisers. So these are all the people that know you now, but they don't know you for what you want to be known for, right? Okay. So you need to now say, this is what I want to be, right? Okay. And then who is interested in this? So that you can start to move with the people that are interested in the thing you want to be, right?
Yes, sir.
So once you're inside, once those people that once those people are inside, right, then you can say to them, okay, where does it hurt? Do you understand? You can say, what do you need? Why are you here? Do you understand? What's wrong where you were? Do you understand? And stuff like that. And you can get to know them. Do you understand? And during that engagement, do you understand? So what you're doing is that you're taking people that just knew you and hyper targeting them into people that know you for something. Do you understand? And you're breaking this down to a point where all of these people know this thing very well. They know its value. Do you understand? Then once you're at that level, you're now at a stage to create solutions for these people, because you know who these people are, you know what their problems are, right? Then you can create what is called sales offers, right, for these people. So it's only when you've got first the story of what we said, first the concept is the story, the brand strategy of the company. This is who we are, this is who we serve, this is the area we occupy in their mind. Do you understand? And this is our difference, and so on and so forth, right? And this is what we do for them, and this is the hell they are in now, and this is the heaven we take them to, right? So once you've done that, that's the concept, right? So there's a framework, because at Valuefirst we use frameworks, different frameworks to teach concepts, right? So the framework called chaos, ne? Yeah, it's called chaos. It's CAOS, right? It's concept, audience, offer, sales. Okay. Right?
Concept, audience, offer, sales.
So what it's saying is, be clear about the concept, right? This is what I'm trying to do. You must be able to stand up in a social situation and say, this is what I'm doing in 30 minutes. Yes, sir. Right, in 30 seconds, right? Cool, fine. So this is the concept. Once you're clear about that concept, you need to find an audience for it. Does anyone care about it? Do you understand? Then get validation of the concept. Do people care about it? Do people pay for it? How much would people be willing to pay for it? How many people are willing to pay for it, and so on and so forth? Then only after that step do you go and do offers, which is CAO now, right?
Okay.
So offers is now, what am I going to offer these people that I now know, right? And then from offer is now sales. Sales is where Valuefirst comes in, right? Valuefirst is essentially a sales funnel web hosting and design agency, right? So what we do is we help specifically knowledge entrepreneurs, right? So these are people with knowledge that can be turned into assets online, right? We help those people to build their businesses, right? And on the flip side of it, when we're talking about what can this guy who's sitting there do, this is what they can do with us if they are interested, right? We help the other guys who are busy professionals, right, who've got a lot of knowledge and they produce a lot of knowledge in what they do, but they don't know how to package it into assets that are going to bring them the freedom they need, right, that are going to let them sort of transition from selling their time by the hour, do you understand, to actually selling scalable assets. Okay. Right. Okay. So that's what we do, that's who we serve, right? But out of that person, we know that that person is busy. We're just a small agency, so we can't serve all these people. So what we do is we train people, right? Okay. So when we train you, you get paid per project, right?
For every project you do.
For every project you do, you get paid. But the rules are, you only get paid if the client signs off. Right, so if the client accepts the project, so that's how it works. Okay. So that's what we're doing. So we've got a couple of young people that we're working with on that basis, right? So the concept for doing it like that is, say, we don't have the time to go teach you on theories and examples. We're just busy building our own company. Yeah. So, but we do want to help people to learn this thing. So the closest thing we can do is to say, okay, help us do the work we're doing for our clients anyway, right? And we'll pay you if our clients like your work. But the good side or the upside for our clients is that we go them to say, good, no, these are going to be freelance services, so you're going to pay 50% or less than the normal services you usually pay, and they come with 100% money back guarantee. So which means that if you're not happy at all, we'll just pay you back your money and let's go on. So that's really what we're doing now. So we're inviting you, if you are a knowledge professional, you're someone with knowledge, if you're someone with knowledge and you'd like to turn that into assets, come through. And if you are a digital nomad, so to speak, and you are stuck somewhere, you're stuck somewhere, and you're not trying to you're trying to see how you can make a living while you're there, come through. So that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, man. So damn, yo bro, uyandichoka. Sorry, the youth can look like
Sure.
Okay. For someone okhangelayo, let's say they're watching for sure, I know.
Yeah. Man,
I'd
love to meet everyone who's watching.
For sure. And please, guys, make sure you comment. Yeah. Make sure you hit the comment section. Say, are you a digital nomad or are you just somebody?
Knowledge entrepreneur, because we're looking for both knowledge entrepreneurs, busy knowledge entrepreneurs, and digital nomads.
And I like to think abantu basengangelizwe, abantu baseMthatha West. Yeah, they are consumers ngoku ne bayabukela, and they are consuming content online. But soon as bebukela le, I'm sure they're gonna start being creators, start thinking business, self. So for abo bantu bangakufumana njani? Let's say bafuna uspana nawe, maybe someone there is looking at you and saying, kudala ukhangela, I wanna collaborate with you. Bakufumana njani?
I think the easiest way would be to go to our website, valuefirst.co.za, right?
Valuefirst, okay.
Valuefirst.co.za.
Za.
Yes.
All right.
So I think that's the best way to go. Siyabulela Ntilini on Facebook. Very first agency on Instagram.
Okay.
But yeah, like I think the best way really to get connected would be our WhatsApp 065 805 8995. Yeah, that would be the easiest way. Yeah.
Okay. WhatsApp. Can ngiphindele ukugqibela.
065 805 8995. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You heard it from.
That way. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hayi khona siyabulela le opportunity.
Sure, sure.
Mina ke yo ngizaba incuvist apha kuwe. I'm
Lovely.
gonna be
Sure.
all this information.
Nah.
I'm gonna be applying it on the podcast.
Yeah, no, that's what
Yeah,
I was
bro.
thinking. In fact, well, hey, man, it looks like it would be nice if this is not something we do once off, and
Yeah,
one,
ne?
have a
For
rhythm
sure.
to it. Yeah, so
For
it's
sure.
cool.
For sure. For sure.
Because there's a lot that we'd like to unpack, but it was an intersection, so yeah, an intersection, so yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Nam ndiyafuna nyani, bra, because like there's a lot that I know for sure, like emakhaya bafuna ifunda. Yabo?
You think so?
Because jonga, bra, there are no jobs eMzansi, azikho izibani, and people are consuming, yabona, on the internet. But yabo, if we can turn that into creators, and yeah, well, because there's a lot of South Africa, we got culture, we got a lot in touch. Yeah, well,
there's
so
a lot to give.
there's a lot, and I'm seeing businesses, I'm seeing like askabinazo no shoe brands enough Mthatha. Yabo ezizalapha its own here.
As of it.
Yabo obhaqaza yaqonda yandiva khoma nami yabo.
Yeah.
So ndifuna zibeninzi, ndifuna ubhaqaza nayo bene competition, yabo.
Yeah.
Sibe ne competition within our own market, singambe sijonga abroad.
No, I'm with you, Brian. I'm
Yeah,
with
bro.
you, and I'm saying, and this is all I'm saying, Gucci. All of these, like even like in just Fana no Pakaza Ganje, are good things to do. But when it comes to digital assets, it really, literally means that do you know something?
Like,
So if you know something and you've got a computer and an internet connection, get started. Do you understand?
Easy.
So it's another thing where maybe you need to go get the leather from the factory to get the shoe. Do you understand? But when it comes to starting a tribe, you can start a tribe this afternoon.
get data, ka.
Simple. Do you understand? But the question is, are you going to continue being a consumer, or being or start to be a producer, right? So for example, on a platform like Twitter, less than 80% of the people have ever posted anything on Twitter. The other people are there for the comments. Just
Yeah.
so just by starting to comment today, you join the 20%. So that's really, it's that simple. I think that's the message I'm trying to put. Yeah.
And even that comment is a business, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we got Chris Excel, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, you watching Mthatha Mtshana. We love you, man. Peace out. Yeah, khona nami uyabulela.